Have you ever wondered why millions of people travel across the world just to experience a day or two in Singapore? From the futuristic skyline of Marina Bay Sands to the bustling alleyways of Chinatown, Singapore is more than just a stopover. It is a world-class tourist destination carefully curated through decades of strategic planning. In this video, we explore the impacts of tourism development in Singapore and uncover the opportunities and challenges we face. Are you ready? Let's begin. Tourism development in Singapore is not accidental. It is the result of deliberate decisions to position the country as a vibrant, attractive, and competitive hub for global visitors. Given its small land area, limited natural resources, and dependency on external trade, Singapore had to reinvent itself early on as a place where people not only want to work, but also want to visit. This economic necessity birthed the vision of becoming a top tourism destination, and the journey has been remarkable. Tourism in Singapore contributes significantly to the economy. In 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic, tourism receipts hit $27.7 billion, with visitor arrivals surpassing 19.1 million, more than 3 times Singapore's population. Beyond just financial numbers, tourism supports employment in hospitality, transport, retail, and food and beverage sectors, and it energizes cultural and social vibrancy. But how exactly has Singapore achieved this level of success in tourism? First, Singapore's accessibility and excellent infrastructure lay the groundwork. Changi Airport consistently ranks among the best in the world, offering over 100 airlines connecting to more than 400 cities. Its efficiency and award-winning design create a strong first impression for travelers. Once in Singapore, a reliable and extensive transport system ensures seamless travel. The MRT network, expressways, and signage cater not only to locals, but also to international visitors. Second, diverse attractions tailored to different types of tourists make Singapore stand out. For leisure tourists, there's Marina Bay Sands, Gardens by the Bay, Universal Studios Singapore, and Sentosa Island. These are not just entertainment hubs, but also architectural marvels that integrate art, sustainability, and immersive experiences. Nature lovers are drawn to the Singapore Zoo, River Wonders, and the Jurong Bird Paradise, all of which align with Singapore's reputation as a city in a garden. At the same time, heritage and cultural tourism are increasingly central to Singapore's tourism identity. Neighborhoods like Kampong Glam, Little India, and Chinatown preserve the stories of Singapore's multicultural past. Here, tourists can engage in walking trails, enjoy heritage cuisine, and explore restored shophouses that now house museums, boutiques, and cafes. These efforts showcase how Singapore balances modernity with the authenticity of local cultures. Business tourism is another important sector. Singapore is a leading destination in Asia for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, also known as MICE in short. The country hosts international events like the Singapore Air Show, World Cities Summit, and Singapore FinTech Festival. These events draw global professionals and reinforce Singapore's position as a knowledge and innovation hub. Another strategic move is Singapore's investment in integrated resorts. The development of Resorts World Sentosa and Marina Bay Sands in 2010 was a turning point. These integrated resorts combine luxury hotels, casinos, convention centers, shopping, and entertainment under one roof. They attract not only tourists, but also high-net-worth individuals and international performers, adding a new dimension to the city's nightlife and event calendar. Yet, with success comes a host of challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 devastated global tourism. For a country like Singapore, heavily reliant on international visitors, this was a wake-up call. Visitor arrivals plunged to just 2.7 million in 2020, and tourism receipts dropped drastically. Singapore had to pivot quickly, introducing initiatives like the Singapore Rediscovers campaign to boost domestic tourism and support local businesses. Attractions were repackaged to appeal to residents, and digital innovations like virtual tours and contactless ticketing were rapidly adopted. Moreover, the pressure on land use presents an ongoing challenge. As a small island with competing land needs, such as for housing, business parks, nature reserves, and transport infrastructure, dedicating space to tourism developments must be carefully planned. Singapore responds to this by integrating land uses, such as co-locating hotels within business districts or developing rooftop attractions atop malls and MRT stations. Environmental sustainability is also a critical concern. With increasing tourist numbers, the carbon footprint of travel, resource use, and waste generation needs to be managed. That is why Singapore promotes green tourism. Attractions like Gardens by the Bay, the Sustainable Singapore Gallery, and eco-certified hotels reflect the nation's commitment to environmental stewardship. Singapore Tourism Board, STB, also supports the adoption of sustainable event standards and eco-friendly practices within the tourism sector. In addition, Singapore faces the challenge of maintaining uniqueness and identity in a globalized world. As cities worldwide compete for tourist dollars, the danger of over-commercialization is real. To address this, Singapore places emphasis on experience-based tourism. Initiatives like the Passion Made Possible brand aim to connect tourists not just to places, but to stories and people. Whether it is meeting a hawker who has kept a family recipe alive for generations or participating in a cultural workshop in Geylang Serai. Looking forward, Singapore's tourism strategy is anchored in resilience, innovation, and inclusion. The STB is investing in smart technologies to enhance tourist experiences, from AI-driven chatbots to augmented reality guides. At the same time, there is a growing emphasis on community participation. Residents are encouraged to become ambassadors of their neighborhoods, offering authentic, localized perspectives that guide visitors beyond the typical tourist path. In essence, tourism in Singapore is about crafting experiences that are safe, sustainable, and deeply meaningful. The future of tourism here is not about more tourists, but better tourism, where every visitor leaves with not only photos, but stories and impressions that last a lifetime. As we continue this exploration of the Singapore cluster, remember this. Singapore's approach to tourism is not just about building attractions, it is about designing encounters, curating memories, and ensuring that even in a globalized world, our small island remains unmistakably and proudly unique. In the next video, we will dive into the exploration of how Singapore commits itself to become sustainable and resilient in the long run. If you're enjoying this journey through geography and want to build deeper understanding, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your study group. Feel free to visit thatgeographyteacher.com to access resources such as learning guides, suggested answers to past year papers, link to my customized AI learning tool, and exam strategies tailored to the Singapore syllabus. See you in the next video.